Hello Aries, Lori Gemini Tarot here. I'm here to give you your November 2020 tarot reading. Yes! Alrighty then, how this works, I will give you not one but two tarot readings. The first reading I will be using The Tarot by Oliver Hebert. The second reading I will be using Aquarius Tarot by Dawn Aquarius. And I will give you an oracle reading, which will be the Enchanted Bruja Oracle deck. So make sure you stick around for the entire video, because sometimes if the first reading does not resonate with you, usually the second one will. So please note that this is a general collective tarot reading. Make sure you check your sun, moon, and ascending sign. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live and when I'm dropping content, because I do that often and I'm a mere mortal trying to compete in the craziness of this YouTube world, trying to compete with Jake Paul and Hannah Mojo. So little small things by commenting on, commenting down below. If like the reading resonates with you, you like the decks, you like what the hell is coming out of my mouth, you like the background, whatever it is, little small or big things help my channel grow. Even tagging somebody and forwarding the video over to some, like a friend or a family member that you think will resonate. 1, 2, 3 little small things, just pay it forward. And if you would interested in booking a personal tarot reading, in the description box below is a link to my Instagram channel. You can check out my pricing and you can DM me directly to book a tarot reading. So I'm going to go ahead and start throwing cards down, Aries, for your first reading for November 2020. Now I do have the 10 of Wands here. There's a lot of stress. I do have the 7 of Cups here. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of things on your plate. Ooh, quite a bit of cards fell out. I do have the 5 of Wands reverse. I have the Queen of Wands reverse. I do have the Magic card reverse. Let me pull out 3 more cards. So I do have the Fool card. I do have the Star card. One more card for Aries for November 2020. And I do have the High Priestess here. So the bottom of the deck, the overall vibe I have for Aries for November 2020, it is going to be the King of Wands reverse. Okay, so this is going to be just somebody that is just very nasty, that gaslights, that manipulates. This person has like a violent temper. This is the type of person that just likes to punch drywall. This person may deal with a lot of anger management. This person may get drunk and get belligerent. It wouldn't surprise me if this person gets arrested. They have a couple of DUIs under their belt, or they get they're arrested for drunk in public, public intoxication. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, the very interesting thing, I do want to point out that there is a matching set. So there is like a king and a queen. Unfortunately, this is clearly if this is a relationship, this is the most vile, unhealthiest, toxic relationship I've ever seen. I'm just going to point that out. So if this is some sort of relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, business partnership, whatever it is, this is utter garbage. Just the only thing that this brings to the table is the fucking audacity. This is just so nasty and vile. I want absolutely no part of it. That's the thing I want to say. It is your energy, but there's also Leo and Sagittarius as well, because it is fire signs. Okay, so let's go ahead and start dissecting everything. So starting off, I do have the 10 of Wands. This is a lot of baggage, a lot of stress. There is a lot of body aches and pains. There's headaches, migraines. This is frustration. This is not working on your issues and bringing your personal baggage, just bringing your baggage into a relationship and expecting the other person to meet your expectations, right? This will kill you. So you should really let this stress, you should be letting it go, but you're choosing to cling on to it. The Seven of Cups here, this is Scorpio energy. This is a lot of confusion. All right. So you're overwhelmed. There's a lot of stress, a lot of anger. There feels like there's some sort of resentment. What's happening here? I do feel like somebody, as soon as you confronted somebody about a situation, they went to their typical tactic by punishing you and discarding you. As soon as you finally stood up to your bully or stood up for yourself, I'm also getting that energy. This could be, for a small audience, you're struggling with some sort of addiction, whether it's codependency issues, whether if it's romantic, whether if it's a drug or alcohol or sex, food, internet. It feels like this is more habit forming. This is just more than just dabbling. This is just an everyday thing. It feels like you're having a hard time controlling this habit. This is something that is extremely toxic, and it feels like there's multiple people is up in arms against it, and it feels like you're trying to fight or resist something. There's some sort of change that you're resisting. You're still trying to carry this afloat, like thinking that you're able to juggle all of these things, and you're finding out more that it's overwhelming you and it's overtaking you, and it's starting to make you become a person that you're not, a person that you don't desire to be, the person that you don't even start recognizing yourself. Like I don't want to say like you're turning into a monster, but you're starting to turn into like a very unwelcoming person. Right. It makes it harder and harder for your friends or family to go at your back and defend you, you know? And this could be how you feel towards somebody else. Remember, readings go vice versa, so it may not be you that's acting this way. This could be somebody else acting this way towards you or an environment around you. So I do have the Queen of Wands here. This is clearly an unhealthy relationship. This is an enabling, this is like a parasite. They feed off of each other. This is like full on negative Nancy. This is full on Karen. Let me speak to your manager. It feels like somebody is trying to defend somebody that is trashy, and you've run out of options. It feels like you or somebody is trying to defend somebody that's clearly trashy, or a relationship that is clearly just red flags way through and through. And this person keeps on defending him, and it's to the point where you can't defend this person anymore. Like you've run out of excuses. I'm also seeing somebody trying to like copyright or plagiarize or steal somebody's work or talent. Now, the Magic card, here's what happens when you allow negative things, and when you allow negative things to affect your life, and you have a lot. Here's the thing, Aries. I'm not discrediting any of the pain or the trauma or the experiences that you've experienced, because I know that they're authentic. I know that they're real, and it's lifelong scars that have sunken in so deep. But when you start using a coping mechanism, and it's no longer really a coping mechanism, it's no longer the Band-Aid, it's not even a Band-Aid that covers over the wound anymore at this point. It really isn't. Sorry. This is more of a deflection. So it's like, instead of actually dealing with my pain, and instead of actually dealing with the ongoing issues that I keep avoiding in my life, I'm just trying to drown my sorrows with this negative substance or pattern or addiction or behavior. So it's like you think by masking it is going to solve the problem, and it doesn't. And it ends up, people end up just stop fighting for you, stop defending you. Or this could be how you feel about this person, you know. It's like, I've run out of choices, and you're clearly like, you want to drown. You know, like, I'm trying to give you, I've thrown so many life vests at you, and I've thrown my hand out, and I've thrown you a life raft, and time again, you keep on swatting at it. So what else am I supposed to do at this point? 11-11. And the more that you avoid your issues, and the more that you hide from your pain and your trauma, it starts making you become the person that you always loathe, and you least, like, something that you used to tell yourself when you were younger, like, I'm never going to be that person, like, you're becoming that person. And it's taking the magic, it's taking the light out of you. And if you don't stop soon, or if this person doesn't stop soon, they're never going to come back from it. This is like basically your final wake-up call. So once you realize that this person, a situation, a work environment, whatever this toxic bullshit is, because this partnership, this business partnership, it's crap, all right? And if it's a business partnership, they're shady as fuck, and they just steal other people's work. That's just legit, Aries. But this relationship, this philosophy, you avoiding your ongoing, your past trauma, you need to deal with it now before it overcomes you. This is what happens when you actually work on your issues. And this is a beautiful reading. So I have major arcanas at this point. So once you realize that it's taking the magic, it's taking the light from you, you start gaining your power back. With this Sagittarius energy, okay, this is realizing that you have a fresh new start, a fresh new chapter. Because once you start dumping this shit, this mindset, this trauma bonding bullshit, you're finally free. And you start removing the narcissists, the negative influences, and you start gaining positive people in your life. You gain real friendship, real companionship, and they're not using you. They're not manipulating you. They don't have a hidden objective or a hidden agenda. They actually care about you and your well-being. With the Star card, Aquarius vibe, this is about working on your personal self, working on your past traumas and healing from them. So by addressing it, and shadow work is not pretty. It's uncomfortable, it's weird, it may make you feel moody, where you feel great one moment and then you're crying in the girls' bathroom the next moment. It is really like reliving junior high, but just like junior high, it was a phase. It only lasted what, maybe 2-3 years, or 4 years at most, depending on what grade level you're at, whatever school that you attended at, whatever. The bottom line is that it's a phase. It was not a major focal point in your life. It's just a temporary pause in order for you to work on you and work on your issues. And it's going to be just a small window of time. It's only going to be about 2 to 4 years max. And you're thinking, that's forever. Bitch, it's not. In the grand scheme of things, it's a blink of an eye. Like, look at 2020. Like, every day is Saturday for, like, most people, right? And you're going to get everything that you've ever desired. Because you're going to be manifesting a new life, a new adventure, you're going to be going on vacations, new beginnings. You're going to be meeting life lifelong companions, lifelong friendships. Everything that you've desired, everything you've ever wanted to conquer in your life, you can achieve it. And it will happen within the next 2 to 4 years, but you have to put the work in. And with the High Priestess here, this is Cancer Pisces vibe. This is realizing your own personal power. And I'm seeing strong, independent energy. I am seeing you becoming more spiritual, really studying some like religion or studying inner peace. I'm seeing somebody maybe speaking to a counselor or a therapist or a life coach. I'm seeing some of you actually becoming spiritual healers yourself. So that was your first reading. And if it resonated, make sure you comment down below. I'm going to go ahead and give you your second reading, Aries. I'm going to go ahead and use the Aquarius Dawn, the Aquarius Tarot by Dawn Aquarius. So let's go ahead and start diving into it. So, Aries, if the first reading did not resonate with you, hopefully the second reading will. Let's go ahead and mix these cards up for Aries. It feels like you're afraid to pull the trigger on something, is what I'm getting at, Aries. But you know there's a better opportunity for you, but you're afraid to pull that trigger. Okay, so I do have the Nine of Wands reverse. Okay. So you feel like you're taking an L. Why? I do have the Magician card reverse. Okay, I do have the Devil card reversed. So I have Sagittarius, Capricorn energy. I do have the King of Pentacles here, which is Capricorn, Taurus energy. One more card for you, Aries, for November 2020. I want good positive messages for my Aries. And I have the Two of Swords reversed, which is Libra energy. So the bottom of the deck, the overall vibe I have for you, it is going to be the Two of Pentacles here. So this is going to be about balance. You may be working multiple jobs. This could be teaching your kids at home because of distant learning, or, safe distant learning, or, you could also be working a full-time job. You could be working multiple jobs. You could also be dealing with a side hustle. You could be traveling a lot, working long distance. And it's interesting that we do have two twos because this is about balance. Now the Nine of Wands reverse, it feels like there's not a victory here. It feels like you may be taking an L. Don't feel like this is the ultimate defeat. It could be that you always have your walls up, you're very defensive, and you kind of knew, like, you were putting your hopes up, you were investing your time and energy into somebody that you knew that could never meet up your expectations, and it feels like you got scammed, you got bamboozled, it feels like you got played hard, is also what I'm sensing. You kind of feel like a chump, and you feel defeated. The Devil card reverse, this is somebody being exposed for being a lying, cheating, gaslighting manipulator. This is somebody that's a con man. This is somebody that will do whatever it takes. Like they'll say whatever it is to get their way. This person is like, they break the law, they don't care, no fucks given. It wouldn't surprise me that this person is, like, they're married with kids. They could be feeding you some sort of line, Aries. It feels like you're finally growing up. It feels like you or somebody is forced to grow up. It feels like you like somebody has burned bridges, whether it's you or somebody else. It feels like somebody burned bridges because somebody has stopped investing. This could be somebody stopped investing in you, or you stopped investing in someone else, because it feels like there's some sort of codependency issues, whether if it's drugs or if it's particularly pertaining to romance, whatever it is. But somebody is being exposed for not being the best person. And it's about time that you find balance and structure. And when you do some shadow work, when you actually invest time in learning to love and respect yourself and really knowing what your self-worth is, you grow mentally, spiritually, financially. You become more spiritual, you become more grounded, and there's a lot of love and prosperity around you. You become balanced, you become whole. And with the Two of Swords here, there's a decision that you make. And it feels like once you speak to a counselor or a therapist or a life coach, it feels like once you get yourself grounded and secure, you're no longer scared and you can pull the trigger. So that is going to be for Aries. I'm going to go ahead and give you your oracle reading. So these are additional messages for you, Aries. Let's see what additional message. Oops. What additional messages you need to hear, Aries? Okay, so I have Haunted House, which is unresolved issues. Ironically, both of these cards were the ones that fell on the floor. I got Phantasma, which is the past. I have Sand, which is All Hallows Eve. Ooh, those are way too many cards. Hold on. Those are way too many cards. One more card. Okay, I'll take these two cards. So I got Pentacle, which is oneness, followed by Evil Eye, which is warning. Okay, so there's an ongoing theme with all of these readings, from the first reading, from the second reading, and this one. So this is a very strong message for a particular Aries or multiple Aries. The Haunted House, this is clearly ongoing issues from your past, from your childhood, from your upbringing. This could be being raised from a broken home, or a family structure or a unit that was not the healthiest or the greatest, or something in your past, very bad, traumatic, happened to you, and you've been stuck, locked in this mental prison, stuck in this trauma. This is a time for you. Now, Halloween, it is a blue full moon. And it is on a Saturday, and you should do a spell, and you should be manifesting a spell on Halloween. When you get this card, especially when it's during the Halloween season, this is very important and very imperative. You should be dealing with your traumas, your issues, because with this full moon, you're going to be able to release and let go, so you're able to move on to a new chapter. And if you do not address these issues and you continue to skirt throughout life, just putting your blinders on and deflect, that is going to bite you in the ass. You will always be stunted. And it's interesting when you're younger and you see in your 20s and you see somebody is in their 40s or their 50s or whatnot. You see them and they're like a train wreck. You see them on social media, you see them when you go out to the bar, it doesn't matter. Or you even hear about it, you read these stories on Reddit, whatever. That that they're a train wreck and they don't have their shit together, they can't hold a job, they're living at their parents' house, they're forced to live at their parents' house because they can't hold a job and they can't pay their bills, they can't pay rent. right? So they can't function as an adult. So they're 30, 40, 50 years old. They can't function as an adult. They're forced to live back at their parents' house. They have strong codependency issues, whether if it's with drugs or alcohols, relationships. It's usually a combination of multiple things. So there's a whole bunch of red flags. And it's time for you to actually deal with your issues. You don't want to be in your 20s and be like, that's never going to happen to me, and you continue to live your train wreck life, because I can reassure you that's not the case. There is a particular individual that I know, and I'm just going to call them a Leo. And this was the type of person that in their current, like in their past life and their current life, they would always make fun of others. They would be very mean, very catty, very Jeffree Star, just shallow, narcissistic energy, and always made fun of other people's like downfalls and their mistakes, or like, oh, this person is trash because they're only making this amount of money. And it's just like, honey, you work for minimum wage. Like, who are you to tell, like, who you think you better than who, right? And there's nothing wrong with working minimum wage. I'm just saying, like, the pot calling the kettle black. Like, you should not be judging people by their state of income or where they work, and then fast forward to your life 20 years from now, and you're in that same situation. You know what I mean? And this and they don't have like their life. They don't have it together. You know. Do you really want to be that person? Like, you're in your 30s, 40s, and you could even be that person right now, and you know, you're struggling with trying to get your shit together. Don't run from your problems, because if you do, you're going to always be stunted. You're never going to be able to evolve and move on. You have to focus and learn to love and value yourself, because if you don't respect yourself, then how do you expect somebody who is romantically be interested in you to respect you? Because you've always allowed yourself to be treated a certain way, and it's because of your past is always to haunt you. So this is a warning. You need to deal with your problems. There will be an intervention. People will, like, there will be action, there will be follow through, and there will be accountability. So hopefully this reading resonates with you. And again, this could not be you, this could be somebody else, right? So please make sure to comment down below. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Thank you. I love you guys. Please be safe, wash your damn hands, and nana nana.